Hey everybody, this is Rustin with Metalholic Magazine, and with us today, Jeremy DePoyster of The Devil Wears Prada. How are you doing, man?
I'm great.
You guys are getting ready now. I've got a little bit of confusion here, so you'll have to clarify for me, because you guys are releasing Dead Alive, the live DVD CD set recorded during last year's Dead Thone tour, but I've received conflicting dates that it was either released yesterday or it's not being released till the 26th. So which is it?
The 26th. We're just in pre-order for it right now.
Oh, okay, yeah, because on your website it said June 5th. I was like, wait a minute, that's not what I've got. So it's coming out later this month. Give us the skinny on the whole project. Why did you decide to do it now, and tell us about putting it all together?
It's kind of like a multi-headed beast. We've wanted to do just like a live DVD kind of capturing the show for a long time. Everybody says we're better live than we are on CD, but we say that too, so. But we always just feel like there's a lot of energy and stuff, that you get out of a performance that you don't get on a CD or even these days on some download or something like that, you know what I mean? When you're forced to sit there and be exposed to everything a band has to show you, it's a little different than just clicking through a 10 billion song iTunes library and stuff. So, we've always put a lot into our live show, and I think we think about that just about more than anything else, and felt like we really wanted to capture it, and we were planning on doing it like 2 summers ago. And then we just ended up doing the Zombie EP instead, which I guess turned out pretty well because that kind of shaped things a little differently for us. But because of that, then we still had it in the back of our minds. And this was our first really big headlining tour ever, really, and just bringing a lot of production and stuff like that, and just trying to put on a really cool show that kind of encompass everything that CD Dead Thone meant to us. And so we felt like it was a good time to shoot one of the shows and then to get some live audio. We don't have anything really live audio-wise out there available at all. And then I put together just like a segment on the behind-the-scenes kind of stuff, and just day-to-day life of the band and interviews about, what it was like to do the tour and stuff like that. So I think it's pretty cool, and especially now when, it's so hard to sell anything, just with the availability of everything online, and I'm sure this will end up there anyway. But, hopefully we just want to give something that to the people that still do buy music, that still are interested in that, they get something really cool. We put a lot into the packaging and the artwork and the content that's on there. And we personally went through slavingly the audio and video. I probably have 25, 26 different video edits of the show on my computer of just stuff that, wasn't right or wasn't this. And so we just put a lot of work into making sure that this thing was everything it should be, because, there still are people out there that buy music and that care, and we just want to give them the best thing we can.
Absolutely. And you guys have always been very meticulous about everything you do anyway, which is, thumbs up to you guys. A lot of bands are just throwing it out there and hoping something sticks. It is tough. It is tough these days, because everybody's just, and they don't realize, they don't think it's really hurting anything, but if people keep stealing all the music, bands aren't going to be able to afford to keep making music, and pretty soon we're not going to have any.
Yep.
And you guys released the Vengeance video to sort of give us a taste to whet our appetite for the DVD.
Yeah, we did. We, like I said, it's hard to get anything out there and stuff, so we kind of threw that out just as, like you said, a teaser taste. And, I felt that especially for us in Boston and to play at Palladium, we've done so much stuff there. We did New England Metal Fest and have done a bunch of tours and stuff there, and it's just a really cool venue and a really cool vibe, and especially if you're on the heavier side of things, it's just a really iconic place, And so
right.
I think that hopefully, you do get a little taste from that.
Nice. And then also this year, coming up, not even a month away now, you guys are going to be kicking off the 5th Annual Mayhem Festival, and this is your guys' first appearance, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about that.
We've been interested in it pretty much since the fest came out. We grew up listening to metal and different stuff like that, and different facets. I know some of the guys were super into like Under Oath and Normagy and stuff like that. We all were, but also, as kids, we liked Slipknot and Rob Zombie and Slayer and Korn and, just all these different kinds of stuff, from the classic thrash metal side of things to Metallica to what we, was our kind of not new thrash movement, but, what Slayer was to a lot of the people these days. That was what, like, Zombie and Korn and Slipknot, bands like that were to me. That was my kind of almost rebellion and just the way to get this kind of music that was angry and loud and heavy and stuff like that. And so when Kevin started putting together this fest, it was because it wasn't a million different bands and a million different things and all this stuff. It was super concentrated. It was like you just knew that every year you're going to get some of the best bands in metal, whether it is the newer stuff or the older stuff. It's the best there is. And so it was super flattering and super awesome to be considered. We do think of ourselves as a metal band. I'm sure people would have calls. That's how we see ourselves, and that's the stuff we want to do, and we enjoy the Warped Tour, and we like playing the Warped Tour, and it's fun. It's good shows. It's good crowds, but, we feel like this is maybe where we're going to be is on this side of things, with people that just metal fans care, like they care about bands and they care about music, and it's not just about some stupid T-shirt or a T-shirt company or, they just found this hottest new thing that came around, they care about the same bands for like 30 years, and that means something, and we just don't make enough money to care about stuff like that. We're just interested in making music for people that want to hear music, and so it's awesome to be part of a tour that recognizes that and puts a show for people that are interested in that stuff.
Right, it's all about the music, not about the trendy, extraneous stuff that goes with it. Who are you most looking forward to getting to see on a day-in and day-out basis on the tour?
Man, it's hard to say who I'm not. I've loved Slipknot since I was between Slipknot and Korn. That was my childhood wrapped up, And so I'm really, really excited to see that. And obviously I love Slayer and use some Slayer vinyls and cassette tapes in my car with Mike, driving back and forth to practice and stuff. So that's exciting. And I got Motorhead and Anthrax and everything and all this stuff. And it's just like, man, I don't know. It's such a loaded question because who am I not excited for? And then on our stage we got Adelaide Dying and freaking Whitechapel. We just did a tour with Whitechapel in South America, and we're doing another one with them in Europe after this. So we love those guys. We kind of grew up with them, and I don't know. It's just a stacked bill, man. I'm excited.
Absolutely. So now, in this modern era of revolving band members, you guys have remained stable since you began in 2005 until the recent departure of James. To what do you attribute that continuity?
I guess, you could get into the religious side of things or faith side of things and all that kind of stuff, but I think I really just attribute it to the fact that we just want to do something, more than just getting high all the time and just this lifestyle that comes with being in a band. It's not our kind of thing. We just like being in a band, I guess. And especially for young bands and the kind of flash in the pan thing and the gimmicky thing and stuff like that, it's just not really of interest to us. We've always just kind of this group of dudes that hangs out with each other and makes music, not to say we don't have friends, but just, I don't know, man, there's this whole crazy world of on-the-roadness that has nothing to do with the 1 hour set you play every night or the CDs that you put out, that we just don't have a huge interest of being a part of, you know. And I think that most of the bands I look up to and really appreciate are the same way. You know, they have lives and families and all that good stuff, but they love to make music and play the show. And so I think that's a big part of it. It's just, you know, we all have the common theme and the common whatever. And also the other big thing is that we've always been super anti-ego in our band and really downplayed ego in ourselves and held each other pretty accountable for that. Just not being egotistical people and being grateful instead of being prideful and stuff like that. And so I think that kind of helps maintain the balance that if somebody's coming at you not saying, like, I'm better than you, but, you know, you should be humble, then it's hard to come at them, I guess.
And what are you willing to share, if anything, about James' departure, and will you be replacing him or continuing on as a five-piece?
You know, all that stuff is really weird and complicated, I guess, but for right now, you know, it's just us. It's us guys. We have somebody playing with us. It's important for that to still be a part of our band. And when it comes to doing new stuff, we're already writing new stuff and working on new stuff, and all of that stuff has keys in it. It's still going to be a massive part of the band. And for a long time, a lot of that stuff has been semi-reliant on Joey Sturgis, who produced the keys on our last records and stuff. And so I'm sure that he'll still be a part of it. But we're definitely not looking to get rid of the keys on our music. I think it's something that makes our sound. But without getting too detailed and too personal, you know, it's just sometimes people just go different ways and go different paths, and we both felt like, I guess, it was the best thing for everybody in that situation. So we're good, and you know, we're a family, and we love each other, and we're doing good. So I guess the testament to it is, like you said, we never have had a member change or replacement or anything like that. So if we do have something like that, it's obviously for the right reason.
All right, so just for fun then, before we get out of here, a couple of quick ones. Tell us one of your guilty pleasures. I'm married, and so there's a lot of TV shows and movies and things like that in my previous life maybe I wouldn't have been as accepting of as I am now. You know, I'm not going to specifically mention any shows, Grey's Anatomy, that I might not terribly hate now, you know, that I sit there and watch them with her, but there's quite a few of those shows I'm like, oh, this is actually produced pretty well. Okay, yeah, I'll give it a chance. But that's probably the biggest one. It's just chick flicks and chick shows and stuff that I'm okay with now that I didn't used to. Hey, happy wife, happy life. So don't worry, I'm there with you too, brother. I don't like Grey's Anatomy either, even though I watch it every night. So, all right.
Exactly.
Then tell us something about you that most people might be surprised to discover.
Something about me. I guess just musically, the kind of stuff that I'm into and listen to and enjoy and things like that. You know, I think that for any band that has a heavier sound and the more metal feel and stuff, I feel like the fan base is just so diehard and core and stuff that you can't imagine that they expose themselves to anything but that. But I'm super, super eclectic, like going, you know, from classical to weird jazz stuff to tons of electronic stuff and things like that. I really like to do, like, James Zabila, who's like a DJ, like, all this pretty off the main path, I guess, when it comes to most of the things I'm into, but still it's definitely not confined to, like, metal and even rock or anything like that. So
well, it also helps keep your palate clean so you can write the great metal that you do. Jeremy DePoyster of the Devil Wears Prada, thanks so much for taking the time to tell us about Dead and Alive, the new DVD, CD coming out on June 26th, going out on tour 4 days later, Mayhem Festival. You guys are going to be over in Europe, too, I believe, with August Burns Red, right?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Thanks so much for taking the time, Jeremy, and we look forward to seeing you. You'll be here on July 4th, Independence Day, so I look forward to seeing you then.
All right, we'll barbecue.
There you go. Take care, brother.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.